Obeisances means that you touch 5 limbs, minimum 5 limbs to the ground. Unless you are old or disabled, then you can do it in mind. Otherwise, there is no excuse. We sit and only bow down the head. It's not actually an actual pranam. We take it like a lazy, Prabhupada said it's a lazy obeisances. So then we will...
What to recite during 5 minutes?
You say Jai. I'm saying Ki, you say Jai.
All the Jai.
Yeah. If we do lazy service, then we get a lazy result. Unless we hope to be like a putana who did something wrong and got best. It's also possible. Maybe Krishna is all how you call it, independent. He can do what he wants. Doesn't depend on our effort. So, but still good to consider. How many cases of putana are there in history? 1. Maybe we will be a second one with our obeisance like this. Yeah. Okay. So today we have a text, chapter 17, entitled, it is from Bhagavad-Gita as it is, entitled Divisions of Faith. And it's a text 12. Here in this verse we are... in this chapter we are learning about different gunas, different modes of nature, how we are performing our service in different modes of nature. So we are doing the verse now, yes? Abhisandhaya tu phalam Dambartam apichaiva yat Ijyate bharata shrestha Tam yagyam vidirajasam Abhisandhaya tu phalam Dambartam apichaiva yat Ijyate bharata shrestha Tam yagyam vidirajasam Abhisandhaya tu phalam Dambhartam apichaiva yat Ijyate bharata shrestha Tam yagyam vidirajasam Abhisandhaya desiring to but phalam the result dambha pride artham for the sake of api also cha and eva certainly yat that which ijyate is performed bharata shrestha O chief of the bharatas tam that yagyam sacrifice vidhi no rajasam in the mode of passion. Purport. Sometimes sacrifices and rituals are performed for elevation to the heavenly kingdom or for some material benefits in this world. Such sacrifices are ritualistic performances, or ritualistic performances are considered to be in the mode of passion. Okay. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Staptitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamshcham E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pratacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitarine Jai Shri Bhagavad-Gita Cities Ki Jai Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai Abhisandaya tu phalam dhambartam apichayvayat ijate bharata shrestha tam yagyam vidirajasam.
Can we do the next one? This one we did yesterday. We already spoke this yesterday.
I was told this.
We did 11, 12 yesterday, so we can do the next one.
What he said. Shall I do 13?
Well, Mataji, apart from 12, you apart from 12, verse number 12.
How can you give me that mat? Because floor is very cold. I don't know, you tell me what I should say, because Mataji was asking me to do number 12.
RTO 12.
So I should do 12 or 13?
12.
Because tomorrow person will do 13, huh? If I do 13, then tomorrow person what will do? No problem. If you heard yesterday 12, you tell me what you heard yesterday. No. You from yesterday class, you can tell what you heard.
No.
You see? So you don't remember. No problem.
We did 11 and 12.
You don't even remember what was yesterday, so why is the point of discussing? Okay, so this chapter talks about activities, variety of activities performed in different modes. Yeah, we know there are how many modes of nature?
3 modes.
What about 4? 3 or 4? Goodness, passion, and tamagun. So it's how many? 3. So that's material. A total? What about 4th? It's sattva, Shuddha sattva.
Sattva goodness, rajas.
And Vishuddha sattva is 4th, which is not material but it's spiritual. So I asked, how many modes total? 4. 3 material, 1 spiritual.
About the 3 modes.
Yeah, 3 modes are material. And the 4th one is spiritual. Now Mataji, Shukapri Mataji is looking, peeping out. She is in a 4th mode. In a 4th mode. Yes, she is. You see, she is in Vishuddha sattva. Only seva. Only seva. Yeah, so that's what Prabhupada says, that somebody who is only concerned about Krishna's service is already liberated, even in this material body. He may not know it, but he's liberated. Nobody may not know it. But somebody who 24 hours is concerned about how to please Krishna is liberated. But someone may do the same activity with different motivation. So about this, we're reading here. With a pride. Somebody can do something with pride. Every day I come for Bhagavad-Gita class and everyone sees me. I am such a good devotee. This is called damba. Damba, pride. And two things are mentioned here. One is damba and one is here mentioned artam, to get some artha, some benefit, yeah, for sake of something. For sake of something, to gain something. Because outside is cold. If I sit outside, I will freeze, but I can come inside and comfortably sleep on the sofa. And Bhagavad-Gita class also is here.
Comfort.
Very nice. Yes. I just do different varieties, and so many things can be there. So many variations of damba and artha for some phalam, for some result. So any activity we can do in so many varieties of result according to our mentality. What is our mentality? So these verses are meant for us to understand, to examine ourselves. Not that we should examine others. We should examine who? Ourselves. Why can't we examine others?
Because they are spirit soul.
You also spirit soul?
You cannot know everything.
Because you cannot know everything. Yes, because more important is to understand what we can do about it. Even if we find some fault in other person, what can we really do about it? It's better to find fault in ourselves, then we at least can do something about it. We can improve. We can improve. So this is to apply for us. How much material benefit I want from my so-called spiritual activities. Whatever service I'm doing, chanting, kirtan, mangalarti, we should always introspect. Why am I doing what I am doing? Is this with pride? Is it for some material benefit? Yeah, it's said dambartam, yeah, dambartam, for sake of pride. And then we also, what happens if we don't correct ourselves? What happens if we don't introspect and don't correct ourselves? Huh?
Carried in our next life.
Yes, Prabhuji?
Pride.
Pride? Yes?
We cannot go beyond the Nathan.
Yeah. So basically, all of you combined, the point is that we don't get enough advancement to attain the perfection, to attain the goal. Yes? So that's why it said that those who perform activities or sacrifice for these purposes, they may reach heavenly kingdom. Means that they are still remaining in the same material world. And if not heavenly kingdom, what is said that, the 14th chapter, someone who is in Rajaguna, where do they go?
To take a birth.
Yes, in Tamaguna and Sattvaguna also take birth again. But where exactly they take birth?
Amongst
Rajaguna, where takes birth?
among demons.
Amongst humans, yes. Where humans live? On earth, yes. So those who are in Rajaguna, they come to this earth. Yeah, so we'll end up again in the same place. Yes, so what's wrong with it? Why can't we take birth in earth again?
When We are not
Because,
advancing.
in Kali Yuga there is more and more degradation, so we will suffer more and more, have less and less chance to meet Krishna. If we know about Krishna, that we decide to not follow him, we will take.
So we want to avoid coming to this earth because in Kali Yuga, degradation. What if we come back in Sattva Guna? In Satya Yuga?
But this is not with Krishna, this is always separation. We rotate in the material world.
Yeah, so we don't want to rotate in material world. Huh?
Punarapi janmam punarapi maranam.
Yeah, so we take birth again and again. So, but what is wrong? Tell me, why can't we take birth again and again?
That's why we are in this Krishna consciousness.
We lost our
To avoid the repeated birth.
Yes, but why do we have to avoid? Why we have to avoid repeated birth and death?
Again, coming and suffering in this material.
Or to avoid suffering?
avoid that.
To avoid suffering. So is it not for some material benefit that we want to avoid suffering? That's why we don't want to come to this material world, because we want to avoid suffering. So it is something for ourselves, no?
We should not desire for that.
Yeah, so then why we should not take birth again in the material world?
We should not desire again. Again, we will be in the chakra, circle of earth.
Because our goal is to reach to the ultimate Goloka Vrindavan.
Our goal is to reach Goloka Vrindavan. Why?
Because we want to be again back
We
where
don't want
we
to come
belong.
back.
We want to not come back here, but to go back to Godhead, to where Krishna is. Because Krishna is calling us back.
So why we need to go there?
If we love Krishna, we want to go back there.
To
We
love
don't
the
love
lotus
Krishna, we
feet
come
of
back
the-
here.
To be with Shri Krishna.
To?
To be with Krishna.
To serve the lotus feet.
To serve the lotus feet.
So, yeah.
This is
Yes.
the ultimate goal.
Yes, so we want to go back to Godhead because we want to serve the lotus feet of Krishna.
Supreme Lord.
Yes. And what if full of suffering is there still?
This is a land of misery. Nobody would like to come back.
No, what if we go to Goloka Vrindavan and still we suffer so much, but we serve Krishna?
Is there any example?
Purify.
No, is that true? But
I'm asking, would you go?
Vaikunt, the meaning of Vaikunt is that place where there is no suffering. So if you're saying that there is suffering, then you're contradicting what the Grantha says about Vaikuntha.
I'm not talking about Vaikuntha. Prabhuji mentioned Goloka Vrindavan.
You mean to say there is suffering in Golok?
No, I'm asking.
No, if you're asking that means that
Yes, so I'm asking you, would you go if you have a suffering but you can serve Krishna?
There is
This is
suffering.
what I am asking. Is there any example of that
Exactly.
somebody is not happy over there?
Yes, so much.
Oh,
Yes, when Krishna goes to pasturing land, Yashoda is suffering so much that thinking how his feet will prick how stones will prick the feet of
But
Krishna.
that's out of love.
I'm not saying out of hate you will suffer. I'm not saying that you will suffer out of hate. But what I'm saying, the emotion is there.
Yeah, emotion is
So I'm asking you a question that will you go there if you have to suffer? Still, or even if you serve Krishna, would you go there to serve Krishna even still you have to suffer?
we have faith and confidence that we'll be totally liberated from there.
So you are confident that there will be no
Krishna will
suffering?
not send us back here.
No, I'm not saying that he will send back. My point here is that our motivation why we want to go to spiritual world should be very clear. We are not going there for any kind of selfish reason because I will be free from suffering. And here I would like to serve Krishna, but I have a house and I have to pay a rent and I have so many things and it's cold outside. But if I go to spiritual world, I could serve Krishna, but then there are all these things with rent paying, electricity bill, and cold or nothing. None of these things are there. So better I go there. But still, who is in the center? It's me in the center. I'm thinking about myself, how good it will be for me there to serve Krishna, because there is no problems. But what I'm saying, there is problems. Because Krishna will create problem for you. Out of love or out of hate, I'm not talking about this. But the situations will be there. Situations are there. yes, of worry, of anxiety. Because what is the problem why we can't pay rent, why we cannot cook so many dishes whoever ever likes, or bring up the teenager who is rebelling? Why? Because so much anxiety, and we don't want that anxiety. So we think, oh, let me go to spiritual world better. There is no anxiety. I can just serve Krishna. But there is more anxiety, because this anxiety from where coming? From where coming anxiety here? From the spiritual world. Yes, everything is source. Krishna is source of everything. Sarva karana karanam. He is source also of anxiety. If we love, anxiety is there. It's not like Brahmajyoti or some Aishwarya Dham, where there is no anxiety. You just go and you recite your prayers. If there is love, there is anxiety. If you don't worry about Krishna, you don't love him.
Yeah, it is out of love.
So if you don't worry about Krishna, you don't love. But if you worry, you suffer. Worrying means to suffer. You'll cry, you will faint. Yes? So we have to understand what it means that we perform sacrifices not for any material benefit and not for any kind of pride. And when we say we want to go back home to God, we don't say that we should, not we don't say, we can say what we want to say, no problem, everyone is free. But we should understand the motivation. We should understand the motivation. What is more important? We say we go there to serve Krishna, free from trouble, free from anxiety, free from all the worries. But there is no one free from worries. How much Radharani is worried about Jatila Kutila coming, finding her in a kunja with Krishna? Continuous worry. And when they have to separate, go home to Varshana, or Radharani goes to Varshana, Krishna goes to Nandagram, so much crying is going on. Dying, fainting almost. And when Radharani's servants see her in such a condition, they are beautiful Radharani, so much in a high fever of separation. They are trying to bring lotus flowers and cover her body with lotus flowers to reduce the heat of the fever. But all the lotus flowers dry up and fever still has not reduced. They take a sandalwood paste, everything to try to reduce her fever. But everything just dries up and falls off her body. So much fever she has. What is their enjoyment? And how much you have to suffer to see Radharani in such a condition, and you cannot do anything about it. Yes? So there should be very clear understanding that back home to Godhead does not mean anything for myself. There is no like a freedom. This is Brahmajyoti. Those who think like this go to Brahmajyoti. Like there was Prabhupada gave one very crude example about Brahmajyoti. He said, so much want to go to toilet, so much. When you want to go to toilet, you have pain in the stomach, whole bodily limbs, everywhere is discomfort. Everywhere, like here in this material world, everywhere discomfort. Here is pain, my nose is cold, very hurting, this is itching, here is shoulder stiff, sore throat, we have to carry heavy coat, water is there, socks get wet. So much things are everywhere now, trouble at every step. Yeah, this is material world. So this is Prabhupada said, you like going to toilet and so much, and you cannot get to, there's no toilet. Let's say, for example, you are now in Loy Bazaar, going to see Radha Shamsundara, Radha Damodar, Radha Raman, and suddenly you have to go to a big toilet. What you will do? You will just suffer like anything. And then you reach home, and you quickly run, and you are like, So spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan is not that. Yes? This is a hub of anxiety. Hub of anxiety out of intense love for Krishna. So who is ready for that love anxiety of love. Who is ready? Who is ready? Yeah, so this, what we have to understand, this sacrifice should not be for any material benefit, anything selfish.
Selfless.
Stretch. Everyone stretch. Yes? Zero selfishness. And actually, I was reading one quote from one sadhu, and he was saying that gopis of Vrindavan, we all know they are fully surrendered, yes, fully surrendered, fully self-surrendered. But they are not just self-surrendered, they are self-forgetful. So this means to be without material benefit. Can you be self-forgetful for Krishna? Can we be self-forgetful for Krishna? Once we become self-forgetful for Krishna, that's already Vrindavan. We already have reached Vrindavan by being self-forgetful for Krishna. There is no pride, and there is no power, no any kind of material benefit. Because what means material benefit? What means material benefit? It means me. Yeah? Material concept starts with I and mine, in relation with gross and subtle body. I and mine. But without this material benefit, it is all for Krishna. Yeah? We know this verse that kama and prema is compared. That prema is like gold and kama is like iron. And prema means that everything is for Krishna's indriyas, and kama means all is for mine. Yes. So like this, so the Gopi Jana, that's why we hear Gopi Jana Vallabha, we sing it Jai Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha. So they are self-forgetful. So this verse is about this, how to perform anything. Here is sacrifice. Sacrifice not necessarily mean that we have to sit and perform yagya and say svaha. No, any sacrifice. Because we read in previous chapter 6, that sacrifice means anything is done for Krishna. That means any activity performed for Krishna is sacrifice. This which does not bind us. But here, it is not just say anything done for Krishna, but anything done for Krishna should be also done without any kind of material benefit and without any kind of sense of pride. It's very interesting because sometimes we may think that we are not doing for anything material benefit. I don't need any material benefit. But then I carry with me that sense of pride that I'm not doing anything for material benefit. So none of this has to be there. Everything has to be done in self-forgetfulness. Why do we, so if we forget this, we are self-forgetful, then becomes like an empty space. We have forgotten everything. So how do we fill that space? Or it means first we fill the space and then the forgetfulness of ourselves comes. So what do we fill a space with? Well, it says mind, our mind is a space. Mind has space. And right now, we can judge ourselves how much percentage is self, me in the mind, and how much percentage is something else. So, what can push out that self-thinking? What other kind of thinking can be replaced? Meaning?
Your mind to Krishna.
Yeah.
Your mind Krishnized.
Yeah, by keeping mind, Krishna in the mind, the selfishness will come out. Automatic process. It's like we say that a glass, we take water glass. Where is water glass? No glass, no problem. Glass, I don't need. But there's no glass, no problem. So we can imagine there is a glass, and I'm sitting here, and I'm thinking maybe I should drink, and then I take the glass, and it is full of ink. The glass is full of ink. You can drink ink?
No.
So what should you do? Pour out the ink. Will there be any benefit? Still, I will not have anything to drink. So I need to pour in water. And as much more water I pour in, the ink naturally goes out, and ultimately glass will be clean also, and only water will remain. So that's how these Krishna thoughts has to fill our mind. First, like you were mentioning Anartha Nivritti, up to Anartha Nivritti, they're washing out all the ink. All the ink is getting washed out. And then after that, when comes Ruchi, Shakti, and all these beautiful states of consciousness, then the water is filling the glass. And then at the end, when the glass is full, you can drink it. So this water is the Krishna consciousness. So we have to drench ourselves in Krishna consciousness.
Cheto Darpana Marjana.
Yes, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So who is doing Cheto Darpana Marjanam? How?
Yeah, he has given one of the Shishtas.
Yes. So that same verse, what recommendation gives? How to do Cheto Darpana Marjanam?
Chant. Continuous chanting and cleansing from inside.
Yes. He's saying Paramvijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Yes. So the most potent way is Krishna Sankirtan. Yeah, it means the congregational chanting loudly with as many people as possible. Chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, so we should not neglect this process. We should pour water in a glass of our mind with this Harinam Sankirtan, and all the ideas of material enjoyment, something selfish, something for me, no more suffering, please, finish, don't want anything more. Yeah, or no pride. The Harinam Sankirtan will pour all the water and drive out all the ink. Who is doing Harinam Sankirtan on a regular basis, daily? Anybody? Only 2 people out of all, yes? Harinam Sankirtan. Paramvijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. It says Sankirtanam. Yes, so...
Classes we use. The class morning and evening. Class we
Yeah, but Paramvijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Yeah, of course, class is Sankirtan also. But Nam Sankirtan is most potent.
regular.
Yes, so only 2 people are pouring water in a glass of ink. So please, others, take example from these exalted Vaishnavas and join in Harinam Sankirtan with a great seriousness, with a proper motivation, in the mood of a beggar. Yes, thank you. We can, if anyone has anything to add or ask or comment or correct, you can do it now. Everyone is absorbed in chanting holy name. Very good. Good effect. Yes, Vrijalakshmi.
I wanted to hear again what I should not do forbid for to sacrifice in passion. What are the sacrifices in passion?
Not to have pride and not to have any selfish material, any material benefit. Yes, okay. Yeah, Prabhupada here talks a little bit about pride. He says, there is a instruction by Prahlad Maharaj that don't be falsely proud unless you have got the qualification. That is our mistake. Damba. Damba. So Prabhupada said the pride is a mistake. Our pride is a mistake. And the pure life begins when we give up this false prestige, false pride. Adambitvam amanitvam. Yeah, there is a verse of Bhagavad-Gita. So this is the beginning. One should not be falsely proud. Material world means that everyone is proud. This is material world. Once we give up the pride, that's end of material world. Everyone is thinking, I am the richest, I am the most powerful, I am very intelligent, something I am. Yeah, so this is ahankar. So when this I is taking over our mind, that is pride. I am someone, I am something. It's a pride. Pride of what? Pride of this body. But what is the body actually? It is like a stamp on our forehead that you are a criminal, desiring to enjoy. You got a reward of material nature, carrying around one bag made of skin and filled with some unpalatable substances. So this is what it means to be proud of this body. I'm proud of mind. Materialistic mind is compared to who? Enemy. To be proud, I have an enemy. And someone offends, you are stupid, you are a fool, I don't like you. And I become so upset. Huh? He offended my enemy? He offended my uniform of criminal? And he offended my enemy. And I become very, very upset. How other people dare to offend my enemy? How other people dare to offend my dress, which shows that I am a criminal? So this is the material world. False prestige. Ahankara vimudatma. Yes, that's what it means, pride. But we have to give up this false prestige. Ahankara has to be there because the existence of the soul, Sat, Chit, Ananda, Sat, is existence. So it means I is there, the ego, the ahankar is there. But it should not be false ahankar. When we identify ourselves with ourselves, we should understand who the self is. Yes? So we have to understand that we are aham brahmasmi. We are not ahankara vimudatma, but we are aham brahmasmi. Yes? So what is ahankar? I am dog, I am American, I am Indian. Something we find in this world to be. But so this is the false pride, false ahankar. But we have to give up this nonsense, prestigious position. Even dog is thinking, oh, I am a dog, this is my territory. Yes?
Not allow other dogs.
Nobody will come. No one will come. So everyone in this material world, attached to this material body, is not different from the dog who is barking. Yeah, Prabhupada says, I am a dog and I can bark very loud, guff, guff. He is also thinking that. So similarly, if I think that I am Indian, I am black, I am white, I am this, what is the difference between me and a dog? This is what Prabhupada says. So all this is this pride. to think that, to occupy some position in this material world. I am this. This pride doesn't necessarily mean that I have to become very proud to show off others. Just by thinking that I have something in this world, which some kind of position, just even if it is, like Prabhupada said, I'm Indian, I'm an American. This is already position on this world. But actually they have nothing to do with this world. So that is his pride, this is false prestige, dhamba. So then that kind of person is completely under control of material nature. And he's thinking falsely, I am very advanced. So this should be given up. So this consciousness applies, this consciousness should concern everyone. It's not just because I have put tilak, it's nothing to do with me. Any single person can put tilak. Anyone, is there anyone who cannot put tilak? Maybe someone who has no hand. No problem. You go on the street, the children will put for you. Also possible. So anyone can put tilak. But who can give up that false ahankar? Yeah? So this should be one of us who could do it. So we should endeavor for that. And we should take seriously the reminder of Prabhuji, who's saying that this Paramvijayata Shri Krishna Sankirtanam is the most. Why Mahaprabhu told? He didn't say any other thing. He said Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, and he himself demonstrated that. Look, the picture is also there. He's not having any bead bag. He doesn't carry even Bhagavad-Gita with him there. He is only chanting with many devotees. Harinam Sankirtan. Yes, so as I asked who is doing it, only 2 people. So please more, do more. And you will see how dhamba goes. And phala goes. Okay? Jai Shri Prabhupada ki, Jai Shri Bhagavad-Gita ki, Jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.